I, Ritu, faculty of Galgotia School of Nursing. Today my topic is Infection Control in Neonatal Intensive Care Unit. My course name is Obstetrics and Gynecology. Course code is BSc 4001 and the program name is BSc Nursing. Prerequisites about hospital acquired infection. Students have already learned about that regarding hospital acquired infection in last class BSc nursing second year as well as in BSc nursing first year. So they have some knowledge regarding that. Next slide is objectives. Some of the objectives I have mentioned in these slides. Now we will discuss later. First is introduction, second is types of infection, third is prevalence of HAIS, fourth is chain of infection, fifth is aim of infection control, sixth is infection control precautions, seventh is contact precaution, eighth is droplet precaution, ninth is airborne precaution, 10th is policy precaution, 11th is hand hygiene, next type of hand hygiene, next hand washing procedure, next procedure use neonatology units, next infection control in neonatology units, summary, practice questions and reference. Introduction. Effective means of infection control in NICU can be established once the journey of a microbe from the environment to the susceptible infant is understood. The microbes enter the NICU via visitors and healthcare workers and proliferate in susceptible sites. They spread to the neonate via contaminated equipment and contaminated hands of the healthcare worker. Once the baby are colonized, the organism then enter through their umbilical cord and skin during procedure such as venous access, parenteral fluid, enteral feeds, intubation and suctioning of endotracheal tube. Types of infection. Patient may acquire infection before admission to an hospital, known as community acquired infection. Patient may get infected inside the hospital, known as nosocomial infection or healthcare associated infection, HAIS. They include first one, infection not present nor incubating at time of admission. Second is infections that appear more than 48 hours after admission. Third is infection acquired in the hospital but appear after discharge. Fourth is occupational infection among staff. Prevalence of healthcare associated infection, or we can say HAIS. Developed country, even the sophisticated treatment and technologies, HAIS continued to account for complication in 5 to 10% of admission in acute care hospital. HAIS are the fourth leading cause of death in the United States today. Developing countries, the impact of HAIS is far greater. Prevalence studies report hospital-wide infection rate usually higher than 15%. In developing countries, over 4,000 children die of HAIS every day. According to WHO 2013. The rate of bloodstream infection among neonates in developing countries are 3 to 20 times higher than those reported in developed countries. In developing country, approximately one half of patients in neonatal ICU or NICU acquire infection and more than 52% of affected patients die. Chain of infection. Infection is spread through the first infectious agent, then it will enter into the reservoir. It will enter into the portal of exit. Through portal of exit, enter into the mode of transmission. Then it goes into the portal of entry. Then it will convert it into susceptible host, or it will cause infectious agent. Aim of infection control. Disease transmission can be prevented by breaking one or more of the links in the chain of transmission. Basic infection control measure based on reducing the risk of transmission of pathogens from known or unknown source. Next slide is infection control precaution. It is further divided into two parts. First is the standard precaution. In standard precaution, it should be applied for all patients. Second is transmission based precaution. It is further divided into three parts. First is contact, second is droplet, third is airborne. So we have to note about that transmission-based precautions are often used empirically according to the clinical syndrome and likely etiological agent. Contact precaution. Contact precaution, it should be clean hands with alcohol-based hand rub or soap and water. Wear gown, wear gloves, very neat and clean and appropriate way. Droplet precaution. It is further divided into three parts. Clean hand with alcohol-based hand rub or soap and water. Wear surgical mask within 2 meters of patient. Wear eye protection within 2 meters of patient. Airborne precaution. Airborne precaution, clean hand with alcohol rub or soap and water. Door should be closed. Wear mask when entering the room. Policies for infection control in neonatology. All neonatal care unit staff shall be familiar with the infection control practices that minimize the infection risk in the staff and patient. Second is strict hand hygiene compliance according to WHO 5 movement of hand hygiene. Third is invasive procedure shall be used courteously and with appropriate aseptic technique. Handling of neonate shall be minimized. Next, equipment and supplies should not be shared between infants and visitor management. Hand hygiene. Hand hygiene is the way of cleaning one hand that substantially reduces potential pathogens on the hand. Hand hygiene is considered a primary measure for reducing the risk of transmitting infection among patients and healthcare personnel. Hand transmission. There are 5 steps in hand transmission. First is presence of germs. Second is transmission of hands. Third is survival germs on hands. Fourth is defective hand hygiene. And last is cross transmission of germs. Types of hand hygiene. Routine hand hygiene, washing hands with ordinary soap and water, warm water for at least 40 to 60 seconds, then drying with a disposal paper towel. Second is alcohol-based hand rub 20 to 30 seconds can be used instead of hand washing if hands are not visibly soiled. Third is antiseptic hand wash. An adequate volume of antiseptic soap should be applied to wet skin for at least 60 seconds and then rinsed and dry hands with a disposable paper towel. Next is surgical hand antisepsis. It should be performed prior to all surgical procedure with the aim of removing all transient flora and substantially reducing resident flora. Second is duration of pre-operative surgical scrub varies between 3 and 5 minutes as per manufacturer's recommended guidelines. Third is the antiseptic agent used must provide broad spectrum microbicidal activity, act rapidly and persist on the skin over several hours, and ideally also provide a cumulative effect after repeated use. Hand washing procedure. Your hand should be clean and hands should be washed in appropriate method. There are 7 steps for cleaning the hands. Procedure used neonatology units. Technique used for infection control, clean technique. Clean technique, it's further divided into 2 parts, aseptic technique and sterile technique. All these techniques include, first is HCW, second is patient, third is environment, fourth is instrument. Clean technique. Clean technique, it should be used for routine patient care procedure, patient exam, for example, patient examination, taking pulse, temperature, etc. HCW should be used routine hand wash, alcohol or hand rub. Next is aseptic technique. It is a medical asepsis technique. It is a set of specific practices and procedure done under carefully controlled condition, mostly outside operation theatre. Example, IM or IV injection. Sterile technique, we can also use aseptic technique. Neonatal care practices we can also use for cleaning method. Infection control precaution in neonatology unit. Barrier method, gloves is the best method for protection of the infection or transmission of the infection. Or barrier method, gown. Gown is also a protective method from the infection. Single room isolation to prevent the spread of communicable disease. Newborn with documented or suspected infection with communicable or epidemiological important pathogen. First is infant of mother with parental varicella or variola, measles, tuberculosis, infant with infection with droplet transmission, etc. Infant with MDRO, MRSA, contact precaution. Visitor management, no visiting time should be there. Visitors should be treated on an individual basis. View babies through the viewing box. If mandatory to enter in the unit, allow only parents after a round with hand hygiene protocol and use protective clothing. Staffing norm. In staffing norm, adequate staff is mandatory, normal nursery, intermediate care nursery or NICU. Linen handling. Ensure that linen handling policies adhere to prevent cross infection. Nappy changes should be done wearing disposable rubber gloves to prevent heavy contamination and transient colonization of the hands. Waste disposal. Waste should be discarded in appropriate way. Use color coding for handling and processing any infectious waste. Staffing norm. Adequate staff is mandatory to allow for hand washing between patient contact. Normal nursery should be there. Intermediate care nursery, NICU. In NICU, 1:2 patient, 1 to 2 patient, one professional nurse. Summary: the morbidity and mortality of neonate can be significantly reduced by instituting strict infection contact control strategies. Prevention of entry of microbes to NICU can be achieved by clean environment, hand hygiene, and conducive infrastructure. Curtailing proliferation of microbes in NICU can be successful by daily and weekly maintenance of equipment like incubator, warmer, etc. Efficient biomedical disposal is very important. Cord care, skin care, precautions, procedures like venipuncture, endotracheal tube intubation, early breastfeeding, use of colostrum, and early discharge play an important role in prevention of neonatal morbidity. The role of hospital management and robust infection control committee play an important role in prevention of infection-related neonatal morbidity and mortality. Practice question: first is define infection control. Second is what are the types of infection. Next, what is the aim of infection control? List down the contact precaution or droplet precaution, airborne precaution, or define hand washing, and what is the steps of hand hygiene. Reference: you can use the hospital acquired infection or NICU nosocomial infection or we can say you can use the Parul Datta or DC Datta or Dr. Sunita Lawrence, or you can go through the net like www.pubmed.med. You can take the notes from these sites. Thank you so much.